Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Come on, set, 8, read. Check 56. It's out time, guys. It's out time. Check. Fresno. Tight go.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line. 90 Wolf. Right there. 56. Run. 5.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And not a whole lot to speak of there, as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And it's 3rd down.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, here's Lindsay. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Nyheim Hines, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go. 6 right there. 56.
They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11.
It's 2nd down.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
We got this. Take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. This time Wilson will throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. Alluding to Wilson, hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And out across midfield down to the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. On first down, it's Hines. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, 54 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Philip Lindsay, 75 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They begin the drive with Hines. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on second down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Last week in that wild card win, only 1 catch, and now he's got his first catch here, and it's good for a first down.
Let's go now. 60 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
30 base. Hey, Charlie. X3, 218, chop it. 55.
They'll look to throw. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Nifty job there on the scramble. Got 12 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Back to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
Well, it's third down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges. Go. Right there. 54. Right there. 54. 12. Watch out.
On 1st down, Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
One left. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. All day, baby. All day. Gun.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Get that ball. Pull up for signal. Ball trot. Forward is the Myers. Squeeze. One left. Target. Check Mike 40.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Nyheim Hines. He scored on the ground and through the air as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Check 56. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
Alert flare. Alert flare.
Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number one. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Check tight, check tight, check tight.
Friday.
On third down, Wilson. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
14.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Hey, alert.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Let's go, D. Hey, 0. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Hey, alert.
What we got?
Here's Wilson to throw on 3rd down. He sets to fire deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
I'll go special.
Mike 54.
Here's Wilson. And he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now, as his guys have now moved out in front. Myers connects on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Here's Hines. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
It's going to be a long day.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Wide, get wide.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Philip Lindsay, the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Shit. 4 down. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Go. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Let's go. Let's get this.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
I'm coming after you.
One foot. Check flag 54. Alert.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
40's Mike. They get
Good. Touch 50.
40's Mike.
We ain't giving up.
Now it's Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Tack McKinley. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. To throw is Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now Lynch. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. Myers' kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 13 yards there and a Niner first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
24-yard gain on the play.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run here with Lindsey, and he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. They run again with Hines. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Hines. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4. No chance.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much heart.